How's it going, Leo? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot, guys. Welcome here to my channel. So it's time for February 2021 mid-month tarot card readings, and I will be using the Starman tarot card deck. This deck is absolutely amazing, okay? So it was inspired by David Bowie, and he collaborated on the artwork. So his face will appear in some of the cards, and I think that is like mega cool. So for mid-month, I generally use this Starguide, what's it called? Starguide tarot spread, but I found this other one randomly while I was on the internet the other day, and it's called the Stargazer spread. Very cool spread, and it's going to look at your gift from the universe and how to use it. So I think that's going to come in handy for Leo as you really start stretching towards your goals, planning your future. So I'm really excited to do this reading, and this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course any Leo cross watchers. So I just wanted to clear the deck out so we can really get you an amazing and fresh reading. I hope this resonates for you guys and that you really enjoy it, and I do look forward to your comments. So let's get going. I'm going to take a deep breath, and we're going to pull a card from the middle of the deck here. I'm being guided to just cut the deck, and the first card we're going to pull is going to represent your gift from the universe, Leo. Wow. Okay, so very cool card to start off with, and I thought I was going to sneeze, so sorry about the big pause. Tower. This is your gift. It might not seem like a gift, and I am going to sneeze, so hold on. It went away as soon as I went on pause, but anyway, so you have the Tower card. So what is the gift about this is that you're able to pull yourself together after anything that goes wrong. And this is quite a cataclysmic, and I also got the word apocalyptic card. You know, just lots of fireworks going off here, but this tower is absolutely fantastic. And you can see around it, there's like almost resembles runes or Stonehenge in some kind of way. So you're being called to really remember your ancestral roots and where you came from. If you have any sort of background, if you're living in a country where your ancestors may not have originated from, you might have lost contact with the absolute magic of the roots of your genealogy. So you're being asked to look at this gift. Like, how did your ancestors operate? What was the magic that they believed in? What were the healing powers of some of them? So you're being asked to really strongly look at your foundation and how you can use that. And I really, you know, ever since the pandemic started, people have been saying things like, these difficult times, these challenging times, but you know what? That doesn't just apply to today, you know, and what is going on now. Life on Earth has been a very challenging struggle for humans. There's always something going on. So you're being called on to really remember the strength of your ancestral roots. And this is going to bear you so much strength as you move forward. While things might seem to be falling off around the side of you, but they're supposed to, so that you can remain this strong core Leo that you are and be completely unfazed, because you have this foundation of, maybe you have a magician in your background, like maybe you have a wizard, you know, maybe you had somebody that sat at the Knights of the Round Table. There's somebody that was so epically, massively influential in your past, and now it's your time to reach back into time and grab that and pull it forward, so you can be that majestically influential, powerful. And again, I'm getting Knight of the Round Table. So some of you could have really strong Viking roots. You know, some of you could be, I'm getting really strong also like Scottish, you know, people that might not necessarily have had all the modern influences that other cultures had, but they were still incredibly powerful. So that was a lot of information from that one card. So you might really want to start looking at where you came from and look for that icon from your past. So let's see the purpose of this gift for you, Leo. Oh, nice. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is the end of a cycle of overthinking. We also have David Bowie peering out at you here, so he could likely be part of your team in spirit right now. So this particular Ten of Swords is separating the self from what you need. So these tower moments that you're experiencing, they're for a purpose so that you can peel away any artifice and probably any sort of overtone or overlaying of modern society. And there's a lot of programming that comes with modern society. I saw this really cool meme the other day, and you guys might benefit from it. One was an altar, and it had candles and, you know, crystals and stuff like that. And it was just an altar, you know, maybe a magical altar. And it said, some people think that this is witchcraft. And then the second frame, it had somebody watching TV. And it said, this is the real witchcraft. So there's a call for you to separate out any sort of modern artifice that no longer serves you. And remember that people of towering strength rose up before you without any sort of modern convenience to support them. So there could be something that you're partaking in a little bit too much as far as modern culture, and it's probably not suiting you. So you might have to strip that off a little bit. So if there's anybody that is like a senior in your family, or, you know, if you're part of a tribe, or, you know, whatever your culture is, and there's somebody that is the wise man or the wise woman, and they carry that sparkle of your ancestors, you may wish to go speak to them and ask them if they've ever heard of somebody that was like kind of an iconic hero from the past. And we're probably talking multiple generations in the past, so that you can start tapping into that person. If there's any way that you could get a drawing or a photograph, a portrait, or the name, a journal or something like that, and start really like immersing yourself in that, then you'll be able to pull that forward and strip off any part of modern culture that is not serving you right now. It's probably distracting you a little bit, and you're very powerful at this time right now, Leo. So let's see how to use your gift here. I love your reading so far. This is very, okay, so how do you use your gift? This is amazing. So you do have the Empress card. The Empress is the ruler of birthing new opportunities. So as soon as you start taking things away with this Ten of Swords and ending this cycle, and the sword cards, they represent like being in your own head, and, you know, so there's that end of a cycle of maybe self-doubt going on, or just being overloaded on a brainwave level, and bringing in an opportunity. What was that reading, you guys, I did for you guys a little while ago, and there was an opportunity at the top of the tower. So that's coming through for you again. It's a continuation of that story. And maybe you didn't take any action on it, but now you're being really called to, because your tower moment and your foundation, and the foundation of your ancestors, is going to bring you to that new opportunity. Huh. Okay, so it looks like, look at this. So she's got a crystal ball kind of thing with an eye in it. So you might be able to do some sort of astral travel. If you guys have never done that before, you might want to start studying it. Like really connecting to the people that walked their steps before you. You could probably conjure up an ancestor to come and guide you. I need to pull a card over top of the Empress because there's something more going on there, and this could really be the biggest benefit for you, especially if you're, like I said before, not really current in what is going on with your ancestors, especially if you're separated from your country of origin. Like, for example, my ancestors are from Ireland, but you know, everybody had to move. There was like mass slavery of the Irish and, you know, being forced out and stuff like that. So it got really ugly and ties got separated. So, so you've got the Eight of Wands here. So if you really start looking forward, Eight of Wands is also a fire card. Sorry, this is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is even better, actually. So the Eight of Pentacles is learning more in order to increase your lifestyle, your wealth and abundance in your current reality. So by looking backwards with the Empress card, I really see where meditation, sometimes chanting could benefit you. Calling in that ancestor, if you've got that photograph or the name, you'll learn more about your roots and how many people support you, kind of especially if you're feeling isolated right now. You might be separated from your family somehow. I really get the feeling that you guys have a mystic, some sort of mystic or healer in your family. And they're available. They're out there, you know, they're out there in the other dimensions, you know, they're on the other side of the veil. So your biggest obstacle, and this card just flew out here. So I pulled the Starman card. Well, it pulled itself, actually. It flipped right out of the deck. So your biggest obstacle, this is crazy because the Starman is equivalent to the Magician in other cards. So I'm really seeing where your biggest obstacle is learning how to communicate with this person in your history. And remember, I was saying they were probably a very powerful person. There's some sort of bond that needs to be reconnected. It's like plugging in. I just watched that movie, The Abyss. So it's like how a substation was plugged into that floating whatever. I think it was an oil rig or whatever. And I feel like you guys have unplugged your umbilical cord through the ages to your ancestors. And this is your biggest obstacle, is being connected to that power. You know, that things were a lot different. If you looked at history, you know, if you start discovering things like ancient Egypt and space travelers and crop circles, there's more for you to learn here. There's more. Your ancestors, I really don't think they're from this dimension. So if anything has ever, like, if you've ever been intrigued by like spacey movies, like, you know, watching, what's that, Captain Kirk, Star Trek, there's things in there that really point to other life forms being super intelligent and super influential. So if you've had like sort of leanings toward following superheroes, I just saw angel number 1414, like whatever intrigues you that seems a little bit fantastical, that's probably going to be the key to bringing in the power of the Starman. And it's the Starman in this deck, okay? So he's not from Earth, okay? So it's like you need to learn how to travel to other dimensions, and transcendental meditation, like I said before, like astral travel and connecting to beings that are not from Earth could really unlock your potential. So let's see how to overcome that, your obstacle to your ancestors. So this is going to be very easy for you guys to do, okay? So I pulled the Emperor card over top of the Starman card. So it's very simple to connect to your ancestors. And I got, for some of you, they could be a deity. They could have been somebody, and again, I'm getting that Egyptian connection. They could have been somebody like, for some of you, it could be, I'm getting a really strong impression of Thoth. And Thoth was a god of the moon in ancient Egyptian times, and he is said to have lived for almost 2,000 years. So I'm really seeing where some of you could be descendants of somebody from around that time period. And of course, other places around the world where somebody stood very strong and they were very powerful. They were hugely influential in their communities. And some of them could even be legends. So in order to contact this person, you just need to stand up and say, I really need your help right now. I need you to come into my dreams. You know, allow me to receive telekinetic messages in order to start building my empire. And this is what the Emperor is all about. He wants to ensure the safety and security, financial and otherwise, of generations to follow. And this is the guy with he's got his head on his shoulders. He's got that forward vision. He knows exactly which move to make and when to make it. And with this sort of ancient deity behind you, like, you won't make any false steps at all. Everything will unfold as it's meant to for you. There's something for you to learn here. So take whatever it is that might not necessarily be that earthly belief, like the superpower, superhero, you know, if you're a stargazer, you know, whatever it is that is a little bit detached from, it just seems a little bit extra. It might not necessarily have its roots in truth. There is truth beneath the fable. And your ancient ancestor holds the secret for this to you, to start really building out your future empire, starting now. Wow, that was a lot, Leo. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. Love and light, guys. Take care. Bye.